Welcome back to Call on the Internet. Okay, so tonight we're at this vid by Impressive and it's called Carlee Russell is a liar and thief. Police exposes her abduction scam. Jesse Smollett would be proud. Wow. So this girl's out here lying about being kidnapped? What? I don't have no clue what's going on here, but this seems wild. So yeah, I'm about to dive right in because honestly I'm just curious. So without further ado, I'm about to get into this reaction. I'm about to get ready soon to go out, even like I'm going to my special, but in reality I'm not. I'm just going down the road.
Carlee Russell, the woman who caught national attention for being abducted, has been exposed as a liar. Is she the next Jussie Smollett, or as Dave Chappelle would say, Juicy Smollett? To find out more details, stay tuned and watch this video.
Not Juicy Smollett. I'm finished, bro. And this thing's driving me nuts. This is high as we'll go. We should go down to more. Let me do that. Surely that should be enough. There we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Now, I want to get into this very crazy story that got everybody's attention for the past several days. And before I get into the story, I do want to first thank MD Hair for sponsoring this video. Now, for your personal needs. Now, how cool is that? An AI analysis of 70. Now, let's get back to the video. The story is about a 25-year-old woman named Carlee Russell, who called 911 and said that she spied a toddler walking along an Alabama.
Where's his photo? Is that? Looks like a photo from Little Man. Let me see that photo again.
Spied a toddler walking along.
Is this from Little Man? Bruh. Nah. Let me continue.
An Alabama interstate.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459 and
Just the photo.
On the right side. And the male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No cars anywhere.
After she made this phone call, she then called one of her relatives, and while she was on the phone, she screamed. Her mother said that she screamed, and from there, her family didn't hear from her for the next 2 days. And news began to spread like wildfire that Carlee was abducted after she was checking on a child on the side of the highway. And of course, when people heard this story, they were just very concerned. I mean, just to think about a child being missing and a person trying to do the right thing and check on the child, and for them to go missing was just heartbreaking to hear. And because the story got so much attention so quickly, it did put more pressure on the police force to really find Carlee and this child. And not only that, to find the person who was doing the abducting. Because child trafficking is very serious. So they had to find the perpetrator as well. So this was a huge thing. A lot of resources were put into this search. The FBI got involved. People were raising thousands of dollars to find Carlee. I mean, it was a big thing. And Carlee managed to make her way back home 2 days later. She walked home, and when people heard this, they were rejoicing. Carlee made it out alive, but they still had questions. What happened to the child, and who were the abductors? Where are they? Did they get away? I mean, there were a lot of questions, and the public wasn't getting any answers at all. But this was the story that Carlee told the police. She said when she got out to check on the child, there was a man with orange hair and a big bald spot, and he grabbed her, and he had his female companion with him. And they kidnapped her, pushed her in the car, and blindfolded her. They then took her to a house, and they had her get undressed. And she said that they only took pictures of her. After that, The woman came in and played with her hair and fed her cheese crackers. Miraculously,
Cheese
she was
crackers.
able to escape and she ran through the woods and made her way home. This is what she told the police.
What?
The investigators were not coming up with much evidence at all. They retraced her steps before the alleged kidnapping and they found her cell phone and her wig in the car. So her wig was missing, but apparently she wasn't missing. Now, as this story began to unfold, more and more people began to believe that this was a hoax. Now, what's interesting is there was a post on Facebook that started going viral, and this post made some pretty
This
wild
girl's pretty hot,
allegations
though.
about Carlee. They said she got caught stealing from work that day, failed out of nursing school, and has been on drugs. She had her friend behind her, and that's who picked her up. She was with her friend all weekend. The police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago and she added him back while she was abducted.
What?
He called the cops to tell them half a day before she went back home. She planned to disappear, realized that this wasn't going to work. Wild. Now, the tea about her stealing from her job might be true because the police did find that she was searching on how to take from a register and she was found with over $100 stuffed in her sock. It was also alleged that she checked in the Red Roof Inn, and there's footage of it. And the family apparently knew that, okay, something about her story is off. However, they had to save face because they didn't want to be embarrassed. They probably really believed something happened to their daughter, but to find out that she possibly lied was definitely embarrassing. So they had to save face, or at least they tried to.
She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life. She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Now, you saw when the mother emphasized that she mentally had to fight. So it could be that she was dropping a hint that, okay, her daughter might have been mentally off.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get into what the police found out about this whole case. Now, they played the 911 call, and Carlee lied and said that there were no cars around. In the video, you can see that there were several cars passing through, and the police said that nobody made a call about a toddler being on the side of the interstate. So that's red flag number one. Number two, when Carlee made that 911 call, she said that she was following the toddler for 600 yards.
What?
Now, can you imagine a toddler walking barefoot for 600 yards? 600 yards is like 6 football fields long. So that right there is crazy. Red flag number three, the police dug into Carlee's phone records and found out that she was making wild searches about how to steal money and other different topics relating to abduction. She even typed in what is the limit, the age limit, to be on Amber Alert. So it seemed like she was plotting and planning on how to be kidnapped. Listen to this mess.
Detectives continue analyzing data from get the Amazon and shop on the go. Track your parcel.
It's actually disgusting, bruv.
Was left behind at the scene. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term you have to pay for an Amber Alert was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term how to take money from a register without being caught was searched. On July 13th.
If you're gonna plan shit like that, at least clear your history. Oh my god. I'm actually appalled, bruv. How are you gonna...
The day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer.
This video of her they got here,
including one regarding the maximum age
pissed me off.
of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time.
So Carlee has been doing a lot of research about kidnapping, and it's funny because an old tweet resurfaced, and she said, "Taken 2 is my movie." It's
Damn.
not funny, y'all. It's not.
It's
But
not.
she seems to have some type of fascination with abduction, and the moment that she needed to get attention or to get away, that's when she tried to stage this whole thing, but it backfired. It's very clear to me that something is mentally off with Carlee, and she does need to face repercussions for her actions because she wasted a lot of people's time, a lot of people's energy, and a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And she wasted prayers too, because I prayed for her. So she wasted my prayer.
She wasted
And
everyone's
let me
prayers.
just say this. This whole thing is very harmful and damaging for Black women, especially because a lot of times when Black women come out and say something happened to them, their cases are not taken seriously. And so women like her make it so much harder for the Black women. And also, this whole situation makes a complete mockery of all the victims of human trafficking. It makes a complete mockery of every one of those victims. And I don't want people to allow this case to dissuade them from believing others who claim to be victims, because it's not fair to the real victims out there. Human trafficking is a real thing and it should be taken extremely seriously. But unfortunately, there are some people who don't take it seriously at all. They make light of it, they make lies about it, and they try to suppress the stories about it. In fact, there's a movie out there called The Sound of Freedom, and it's a real life story about a father who rescued his children from child traffickers. And unfortunately, this movie has not been getting the backing from Hollywood. In fact, it seems as if it's almost being suppressed in some ways. Also, the studios delayed the production of this movie for years. So it seemed like they were trying to suppress this story, but thankfully it's out and people have been going out to see it. If you want to see it, it is in select theaters right now. But stories like this are very important, and it's really a shame that you have clowns like Carlee who are making mockery of real life victims of human trafficking. It's very, very sad. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this video.
There's something not right upstairs. The plug's not plugging. That's the only logical explanation I have for this, because this is just fucked up. How are you gonna do shit like that? And it makes people who actually are victims of this type of thing scared to come forward because they're worried they're gonna believe, because they're worried they're not gonna be believed. And you got people like Jesse doing shit like that. Like there's people that lie about harmful stuff like that. It's actually fucked up, right? Like, how can you lie through your teeth about something so serious like that? That's actually fucked, bruv. Massively fucked. Let's hope they throw the book at her for this, because this is just fucked up. You wasted people's time, you wasted resources, you wasted people's time. Like, nah. Anyways, I'm jumping right into comments and seeing what other people are saying right now. Someone said, this hurts actual victims when people lie about stuff like this. Shaking my head. I know, right? I agree with you. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. Someone commented, I won't be surprised if her family lawyers tried to use mental health. Obviously, they're going to use... If they could use that as a defense, they will. As a defense. It's evidence she lived an extremely privileged life. The entitlement and selfishness of her is striking. Like, that is just disgusting. Carlee is evil for doing this, because so many women get abducted and don't come home. She needs serious consequences. Yeah, I would say the same thing whether it was a woman that was lying about being abducted, a dude lying about being abducted. I would say the same regardless. That's just so disgusting. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Make up all these lies for attention. I can't. She just made it 1,000 times harder now for authorities to believe when an actual Black woman is missing. Black women don't usually get the attention. Now media will think twice before putting the story out to the public. She did a huge disservice to any future women who may be abducted. Shaking my head. It's disgusting. She better be held accountable for this. Like, she can't get away with this shit. Anyone who pulls something like that and lies about harmful shit like that, they can't just get away with it. They've got to have the book thrown at them, in my opinion, right? Whether you're lying about being abducted, you're lying about SA, there's got to be some kind of retribution for this shit. Like, nah, people... they actually have consequences. This shit's fucked. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post if whenever I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.